How do you make your dreams a reality? Has it been very challenging? Why? The Dream to Rise podcast was created to inspire individuals on their journeys of personal and professional growth. Recognizing the power of dreams and aspirations, this podcast aims to share authentic stories, valuable insights, and transformative strategies from a diverse range of guests. It serves as a platform for encouraging listeners to overcome obstacles, embrace their potential, and pursue their passions with purpose and determination, ultimately empowering them to turn their dreams into reality. Let us listen to our guests and learn from their story. Hello to our listeners. Welcome to our Dream to Rise. And we have a special guest here who is a best-selling author, a TEDx speaker, international speaker, and a former petroleum chemist who has reinvented himself more than once. After serving in the U.S. Air Force and building a decades-long career in the oil and gas industry, he retired early at 49. Wow, at 49. Only to discover that freedom without purpose can feel like a slow collapse. That crisis led him to rebuild his identity from the ground up, creating a six-phase framework that gave him back clarity, confidence, and direction. Today, he is the creator of the Reset Button, a reinvention protocol for accomplished men navigating retirement, major career shifts, or life transitions who find themselves asking, what's next? Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome our guest speaker now, Nick Shelton. Welcome, Nick. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here with me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And also, let me add, I know that it says in my bio, accomplished men, but women too. I help women as well with their reset and to help them find their purpose and follow their dreams.
Very good, file. And that's always the main thing, the basic, right? You won't be able
Yes.
to achieve what you want to achieve not until you have found your purpose in life.
Right. Yes.
Make your dream a reality. So let's go ahead. Let's go dive in now. And I'm really excited to hear your story. So can you tell us something about yourself that brought you to where you are right now, Nick?
Yes. So I'd say it first started when so I was in the Air Force, as you had mentioned earlier, and then and in the military, you know exactly what your job is, what's expected of you. You know where you fit in this big machine. And then when I got out of that, because it was this little gap before I went into the oil and gas industry, I felt kind of lost because I was used to so much structure, and my identity was tied up into that. And then I felt like I was kind of uh, drifting, but before well, I guess it got very bad. I got very depressed in that time, but at the same time, I went into the oil and gas industry, and I worked in there until, the goal was everyone says, oh, you make sure your finances are right, work hard, and then you can try to retire early. So I felt that I won. I retired early at 49. I'm 51 now.
Mm-hmm.
And what had happened though was once again my identity was wrapped up in the that position, that job. So, everything, the social aspect of it, everything was tied up in there. So then when I wasn't in there anymore, the first few months of retirement was, like vacation. But then after that, I didn't have purpose. So when I'd wake up in the morning, I didn't have a reason to get out of bed, and I felt like I was fading away, like I was becoming invisible, and I was becoming very depressed because I didn't have a mission. I didn't know what to do with myself or who I was without my title anymore. And probably the worst part also was that nobody knew, nobody noticed. So like you'd think that your family might say, "Oh, there's something different about you," but no, nobody noticed. So I was like I felt like I was dying inside, but everybody was like, "Hey, you won. You did this great thing. You retired early. You can do whatever you want." And so it's hard to ask for help or admit that you are not okay when everybody is celebrating you. And so I had to I hit that wall, and then I was thinking, okay, well, what do I need to do? And I saw this a YouTube video where somebody said, well, maybe in another life I can do this other thing. And then I was thinking about it, and I said, well, why can't that other life start right now? So I can honor and release the old me, and so I don't have to, you know, do anything drastic. I can give give up that old life that's gone, but while I'm still here, I can start a new life, the life that I want. So I feel like, and this kind of might be, somewhat relatable to how your story went a little bit. I felt like I was given that first part of my life. And then this part, I feel like I get to choose now. And so what do I want it to be? And so if I can create and make it whatever I want. Like somebody writing a script for a movie and you're developing a character. For this part of my life, what do I want this character as me to be? And so I can create it. And I'll pause right now so I'm not rambling too much. So you
No,
can.
I would just like to ask because, like, when I shared my story, I had to fall down. I had to fall flat on the ground before I made the decision. So, what made you make that decision or tell yourself that, hey, enough is enough? I have to make the decision right now. Was there something that was it just because of the YouTube which you watch or which you have seen, or is it because um you feel like, yeah, you mentioned you're depressed, but up to what point we're in, I give up. I give up. I have to let go of this.
Right. Well, I felt like I was dying, but without actually dying. And so I felt I got really depressed once again, like I was fading away, and then soon I'd be nothing, but I was still here. And so what flipped that switch was there was a time when thinking back when I got out of the Air Force and I was going through that depression, I actually, it got so bad that I felt like taking my life back in that time. But, there was a voice in my head that said, no, stop. You're not going to do this. You're going to keep going. You're going to figure it out. And so the same thing. So I didn't have to get as extreme this time. Once I started going down that path, I thought, wait a minute, this is supposed to be showing me something. And before the previous time, I was able to build systems to navigate my way out of it. So I had to think, well, what am I missing? What do I need to see? What can I develop? Because, so it was just this, so it went from my view just spiraling down until I don't know exactly the moment that it was, but something clicked in me that said, oh, I've been here before. I just need to look at it, shift how I'm looking at it, and then I can navigate the way out. And then I also thought, oh, I will document it, kind of like with my book, An Introvert's Guide to World Domination. Being introverted, shy, and socially awkward, I had to navigate the military and the business world being more shy and introverted than most people. But I wanted the opportunities, so yeah, you have to be able to navigate it to get those opportunities. And so I built systems around that. So for this, I said I can also, build systems to do this new life. So, the starting point was I need to do an audit, a self audit on where I'm at. Like I need to know what's broken and then what's good. So what can I bring? What qualities do I have that I can carry over? And then what no longer serves me from my previous life? And then I can take the stuff that's still good And then, like I was saying, with developing a character for a movie, I can add in what would I like it to be, that's compatible with me. Like maybe before I might have been a morning person. I was a morning person, and then I could say, well, now I think this version of me is going to be a night person. I'm going to be more active at night. And then what am I going to eat? What's my morning routine like when I do get up? Do I exercise more? What I can put together what I want it to be. Ideally, what would I like to be? And if it's hard to think of it, is there somebody that I admire that I could say, well, what do they do that I like? I can take some of those and put it in here so I can make this new person. And then so we've released the old one, we're putting together this new one, and then we'll add some things in because a lot of times the old you will try to creep back in. So I'll have something like maybe what I call a uniform, which is, and it doesn't have to be like an actual uniform, but it could be a necklace or a bracelet or something like that, where this new me, this is their necklace or their bracelet. So I can touch it and be like, oh no, this is me now, to remind myself. And then another thing before I ramble too much is I'll take this new version of me to anchor it in. I will, and this is what I do with my clients, and I did it with myself, is I will say, okay, with this new you got to take and these are some default things, these can be switched, but dance class, cooking class, and language class. And
Mhm.
so that way, uh, they're very intimate. So dancing, you're touching people, you're talking, cooking, you're coming together to make a dish. And then the language class, you're destroying a language together with somebody. And so you're making these friends and you're introducing them. So instead of me introducing myself as the old me, I'm introducing them as the new me. So now I have this circle of people that know this me, and it reinforces this personality. And this works with, like, I have a client that's going through a divorce, and all his personality was his relationship, their couple and their friends as a couple. But now, since he's not in that relationship anymore, now he's meeting some new people as the new single him, and they know him as that. They don't know him as the previously, married person. So it's just little things like this. I'll
So how do you
pause.
so now you're helping others discover their purpose and then
Yes.
and then see what their gifts are and what they can do to develop themselves as well as help others.
Right. Like,
Wonderful, wonderful.
yes, there's a couple of phases. There's like the achievement phase. So on the career thing, there's the achievement phase where we are what we do and how well we do it. We kind of associate our identity with that. And then there's the relationship phase where we are like our how we are to our what do we mean to our family, our community, and like being a mentor. So I like to think of it as the warrior out on the plains and then the village elder in the tent. There's that transition where the village elder in the tent, sure, if they need to, they can go out onto the plains, but they have their wisdom. We need you here. So so like for my career thing, when I stopped that achievement, I needed to transition, but no one teaches you how to give up that. And then my achievement now is through other people, the relationships, my sharing what I've learned to help them, and also, um, having an impact through, yeah, just sharing those lessons, and their victories become my victories. And I'll
You
pause.
mentioned about the steps, how you were able to overcome the the dark side before, no? You did
Yes,
depression. So you did your self-audit. What else?
yes,
The health and well-being, took care of your health and well-being.
yes.
Because I
So,
know I that's one of the first stage that I always I mean advise my clients as well is take good care of your health, and which covers your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Because
yes, very
once
important.
you're okay with your health and well-being, it's so easy for you to be able to relate with others, and that comes now the relationships.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
And it's
honoring.
nice to be surrounded by people who are aligned with the same values, with the same dream. Because,
Yes.
uh-huh. Because
Yes,
have
and
you experienced people who are toxic?
yes, I think we all
Yeah.
have. Yes.
How
Yes.
how did it impact you? It drains you, right?
Yes.
And it does not help you to move forward towards your
Right. No, it holds you back.
yes, yes. They drag you down, and instead of you really making your dream a reality, it's so hard. It's like a heavy baggage on your shoulder.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And I think we are aligned in some way in most of how we we advise or we deal with our clients because yes, take care of yourself first before you're able to take care of others. You won't be able to
Yes.
take care of others if you are still in that dark situation. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. So do you have a family? Are you married? Are you married with children?
Yes, I have two stepkids that
Uh-huh.
are wonderful.
Mhm.
And but at the same time, I'll tell people that have because there's a lot of people that don't have families, and they will say, "Well, I feel like I'm not seen as a person, but if I had a family, I'd feel that way." But I say, "Well, hold on, because if you have a lot of people that I know, including myself, with teenagers around, they often also will not see you. Like I'm invisible to them. They're doing their own thing.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes, and so it has this thing where maybe there was a time where your kids they wanted to spend time with you, and then there's a time where they're doing their thing. And it might not be every family, but there's a time where you say, "Hey, I have time. Does anyone want to do anything?" No, no, we have other stuff to do. So, to the people that don't have families that think that they're missing out, you might be missing some things, but there's a lot of stuff that you could still easily not be paid attention to by kids that are there versus thinking that if they were there, they would pay attention to you.
Because
So,
others would say, "Oh, I need a family to make me happy. Oh, I
right,
need someone to make me happy." But it's not true. It's you
right,
who creates your happiness. It's within you. So
yes,
it doesn't matter if I have a family, you're still young and you have your family, your parents, your siblings.
right,
And
yes,
I think as I grow older, I I've learned to value now relationships.
yes, it's important.
Relationships rather than the material things.
Yes,
And uh it's just enjoying the moment, being at the moment, being at present, and see how you can create memories with your loved ones.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a little something that your listeners might enjoy also is that for me, because I needed something to, so naturally I help people find their purpose no matter how lost they feel right now. But, for my mission, my second mission, when I wake up in the morning, just like this morning, every morning I say, I'm going to make somebody's day today. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to. So a while back, I thought in my mind, I said, you know, do angels exist? Are angels real? And if they are, how do I know I'm not one? Right? And I said, maybe I can do a miracle, but I just can't do it for myself or anyone I know. I can only do it for strangers. So I said, well, let's try. So every day, now when I get up, I say, I can't control my day, but I can absolutely make sure somebody else has a wonderful day. And it can be little things just like just seeing someone yeah, smiling, listening to somebody that, because a lot of people never are listened to, seeing them as a person. Like I used the example at the Subway sandwich shop. Many years ago, I used to work at a Subway, and also I do this at the Chipotle restaurants, is in line. I go up and then when they say, what can I get started for you? I say, well, wait, how are you today? And I wait for their answer and I talk to them and then we start the meal because, and even people in line behind me are like, come on, let's go. But, but I want the people to feel seen because I used to be on that other side and people would treat you like you're a robot or something. I want the human. I see you, you're important. And so seeing somebody, so it's like be the angel is what I call it. So I try to see people, listen to them, or just anything. It could be maybe I'll do the thing where I might pay for somebody's meal or something like that. And people, when I talk about this, they always say, well, I don't have a lot of money to be doing it. So it doesn't have to always be money. It can just be your time,
Yes.
so and the exciting thing to me is I don't know what it's going to be. When I wake up, I don't know, but I'm going to keep my eyes open, my mind open until I see an opportunity to help somebody. And then I make that happen. So shining a little light out there into the world. And I think that's kind of what you're talking about in your Dream to Rise podcast, right?
Yes. And actually, my vision is very simple, is to spread sunshine and happiness to the people I meet. So this may create a ripple effect. And
Yes.
just uh, touching someone, even one person, will already create a ripple. Because when you project this positive energy to another person, for sure, that will be mirrored back to you and it will be passed on to the person they will meet.
Yes.
That's why being kind is free. Smiling
Yes.
is
Yes.
free. Why not use them for the
Right.
good, right? Uh-huh.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
and another thing, we're living in a very chaotic world right now.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes.
we don't have control over that. But
Right.
I believe we have control on how we respond to a situation.
Yes.
So that's how we can contribute to promote peace here on earth and just show love, show compassion, show kindness, right?
Yes. Be
uh,
that candle in the darkness.
yes, be a light
Yes.
warrior.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So I would just like to ask, what are your goals? Oh, but it seems that you have manifested what you want to manifest, right? So do you believe in manifestation?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And so I'd say my goals are just to keep, I would like to continue being like a positive role model. I know when I was younger, I would say, I'm not a role model, and I think I'd take pride in I'm not a role model. But now I would like to be a role model and I would like to shine some light and, light and love and to help people. So whether it's, helping people find their purpose like I do now, or just through my work every day, like I'm going to make somebody's day today.
Yes.
So it's just my goal in trying to just be better every day, and just trying to help others find a way out of their darkness, their own personal demons, trying to help them
And
uh, have a good time,
you know
good
what?
day.
I've learned from some uh, very old people who are already on their deathbeds. They were interviewed. What are some of your regrets? And most of the time, the elders are the baby boomers, huh? The old ones,
Yes,
and they were raised differently from with the compared to the next generation. For
yes,
them, they said one of their regrets is they spent so much work for the
yes,
security of their family, not giving so much quality time for their family, and
yes,
not leaving another one, unable to leave a legacy, a
yes.
footprints. And I'm so happy that you are doing this. Yes, be a model, leave that footprint so the younger generation may follow you. So
Yes,
you will live. When we leave this earth, you are still living here. I
Yes.
mean, right?
Yes.
You continually live in the hearts of the people who follows you, and that's what.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
Very important.
yeah. So in terms of goals, in terms of what I was asking is in terms of your business, what are your goals in your business now? What's your goal?
Oh, well, I'm trying to help as many people that feel stuck. So initially, it started off with I was just focused on men who had recently retired because I knew I could relate to that because I had just done it. But then some men would come that had just been divorced, some people that were having midlife crises, and they're like, "Can you help us too?" And then, initially, like I said about the women, it's funny. So some women were like, "Well, I would like to be able to reset my life too." And the funny thing is, a lot of women were more receptive in asking for help than than men who just want to figure it out. So
Why is
women,
this so? I I just want to because I've been observing men as well.
yes,
They don't accept or they don't it's not they don't admit that they're also in a crisis
right,
because they
yeah,
want to prove themselves that hey, I'm a man, I'm
yes,
strong, I'm the one who's supposed to protect and I
right.
don't need help.
Yes,
So
I think that's one of the things that how we were raised in society that you're supposed to be that way, and it's seen as like weakness to say, "Hey, I need help. I'm hurting here." And whereas a lot of women will just say, "Babe, I just need some help," and because it's not that stigma, it's more acceptable, I think, to ask for help. But once you just admitting that you need help is like the huge step. That's most of it right there. Just saying I need help and
I
then getting the
agree.
help.
I agree because most of the time we just stay within our comfort zone. When we tell someone, I need help, you've already went outside your comfort zone. That's being courageous enough. Wow.
Yes.
Especially for guys, huh?
Yes, it
Especially for
is.
guys.
It's a big deal. And a lot of times, so women will usually catch it a little earlier. As soon as they start needing help, they'll say, I need help. And then guys, usually they'll have to wait until it's a full crisis
Mm-hmm.
and then say, okay, I'm right at the end. Now I need help. And so we have to really, really kick it into
So
high
how do you
gear.
handle that? Because they've already reached a point wherein, oh, it's so serious now. Unlike
Yes,
the women, if you admit it at an early stage, then you could easily work on it immediately, no?
right. Yes. So for guys, we have to do what I call a dignity scan. So it's kind of like an audit, but this is a dignity scan, which is, well, what do we still have? So it's kind of like, what skills do you have? So if no matter how depressed you are, you have some kind of skill. What skill do you have? How do you know you have that skill? So then I'll have them like write out, how do you know? And then is there anyone that cares? Can you name one person that cares about you? Name that person. How do you know? How do you know they care? And write that down. And then we'll go through just some like a value that you have. What is a value that you hold dear? How do you know? Write that down. So it's just these all these a vision that you're not ready to give up yet. Write that down. And then why is that important to you? So it's just this the dignity scan just to get you through the night because some people just need to get through the night. They're not looking at, oh, let's reinvent my life for, 6 months from now. They are like, I need to make it through the next 6 hours, sort of thing. And so that dignity scan is what I call the state of emergency. So like when a government calls a state of emergency, they're pulling in all resources to take care of something. And so for somebody that's reached that crisis thing, we're like, this is a state of emergency. We're gonna do this dignity scan and get you pulled together so at least we can get you through the night.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know what? I think I want to invite you in my inner circle.
All right. I'd love that.
Really? Because right
Yes.
now, this month, we're working. Our theme is about vocation and purpose.
Okay.
And I don't know if you'd be available the third Monday, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Because I would like you to discuss what you have discussed about this dignity something, that state of
Yes.
emergency plan. So
Yes.
we could, it's a small intimate group. It's my mastermind group. We meet every Mondays and we discuss different topics on the four areas of our lives. That is
Okay.
health and well-being. What's this? Um, relationships, vocation, purpose, and time and money freedom.
Okay.
So we will discuss later on. Okay.
Okay.
So now that's your goal to help other people uh,
Find their
get
purpose.
over their
Yes.
their their doubts and everything, so they may find their purpose in life. So
Yes.
do you think would be the major roadblock of you fulfilling that goal?
I would say the only roadblock there is me. It just I actually have to, do the work, be out here, spreading the word, letting people know that this is available. And yeah, it's all the only thing holding me back from achieving this would be me, but I don't plan to let myself down because like I said, I'm passionate about this. So I wake up and I'm very passionate about helping people do it. But if for some reason I said I'll do it later, and then that would definitely sidetrack it. But I have no intention on procrastinating on this. I'm moving forward. But yeah, the biggest roadblock, there's no person that's stopping it, or uh there's nothing stopping it from happening except for if I you know, just decided that I was going to go on a 1 year cruise or something, and which I'm sure would be
Actually,
delightful.
yeah, actually, that's always the main roadblock. It's us. It's us.
Yes.
We always nurture what is negative. Oh, I'm too old for that. Oh, I cannot do that. Oh, I
Yes.
don't have, I lack the educational background for that. Oh, I'm too young. Oh, a lot of excuses, right?
Yes.
A lot of excuses. So, what we need to share with our listeners, hey, it's you that we're working on. So get rid of the negative thoughts that you have. It's
Yes.
what's in your thoughts that becomes a reality.
Yes.
And because that's how you feel. And when you feel something, that's your action speaks. And when your action speaks negatively, what's the result? Negative results.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so that's it. So before we end, I would just like to ask what simple advice would you like to share with our listeners?
I would say, well, first do a general audit on where you're at, just so you know. And then one key thing to add in there is everybody, I think in life, they get busy and sidetracked and they leave behind something. You sacrifice something that you used to love. And I'd say think back to uh, earlier times when you gave up something that you love and maybe revisit that. So for me, I used to write poetry when I was in high school, and then I stopped because I got too busy or too cool or something, I don't know. And then, but now it's, hey, I used to really love that. Let me write some poems. Maybe that's still there. Maybe if I do it, I'll say, no, no, I don't like it anymore, but maybe I will. Or there's writing also for me, and then cooking, like your
Mm.
son cooks. And I also, that same school that he went to, I was trying to get my parents to let me go there because I wanted to be a chef.
Oh,
But
really?
then,
Oh,
yes, and then I let that go because they had asked me, how serious are you about this?
yeah.
And because it's very expensive. And then I thought about it, and my thoughts were, I love cooking, but if I had to do it for work, then maybe I wouldn't love it anymore because now it's my job versus my passion. So I let it go and I stopped cooking, but now I started cooking again and I love it. And so there's just these things. So I'd tell your audience, do an audit, see where you're at, and then try to think of some things you gave up along the way that you loved and just revisit, just kind of touch on those and see if maybe you can bring one of those things back. It'll make a huge difference.
Exactly. Actually, that's what I always tell them. You have your gifts, you have your talents. Discover, because what do they usually suggest or advise when you don't know your purpose yet? Find your passion.
Ah, yes.
Then I told myself, I think it's not really finding your passion. It's really discovering discovering what your gifts are. What are
Yes.
you good at? And when you're good at something, then you become passionate about that.
Yes.
And then when you're passionate about that, then it's so easy for you to serve others through the gift that you're doing. I mean, to the like you cooking or arts. So you are able to share yourself through arts, through the
Yes.
food that you serve, and you find so much joy when the people love the food you've prepared. Right?
Yes. Yes.
And then that gives you so much joy and comfort and fulfillment. And same with the others. So when they don't know what to do and just discover the purpose, they discovered your gift and talent and
Right.
develop them, and then for sure that your passion will come in.
Yes.
Just
Absolutely.
like what you mentioned, revisit, because sometimes we tend to forget, but
Yes.
it's still there. It is still
Yeah.
there.
Was
Yeah.
there the whole time. You just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So how can our listeners get in touch with you? Could you share your contact information?
Yes, they can either go to resettheman.com, which women can go there too, but resettheman.com, or they can go to my LinkedIn page, which is Nick Shelton. On LinkedIn, there's a big picture of me smiling there, so it's easy to find. And yeah, just reach out, and I would love to be in touch with anyone, and they would you'd be talking to me, not a member of my team. You'll talk directly to me, and I'd love to help out any way I can.
Yeah.
And you
Do you
don't
have face
need me, but
do you have
I would
Facebook
love to help.
account as well?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm on Facebook as well. You can definitely find me there too.
Just Nick Shelton.
Yes.
I think I should add you as a friend now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. For sure. Have me as a friend. And you
Uh,
can put it in the show notes for any of your listeners. They can easily
yes.
find it as well.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nick, for this wonderful interview, because your story is a powerful reminder of resilience. All of us have gone through through our traumas, adversities, but what made us, what have we become after that?
Yes.
Again, stronger, more resilient, more courageous, and the transformation that which we have gone through, for sure. Now you're making an impact on other people's lives.
Yes.
So this is our dream, to help others be the
Yes.
best version of themselves. So that's it.
All
Thank you
right.
so much, Nick. And I
Thank
wish
you.
you all the best. And let's keep in touch. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Have For our listeners, till next episode. Again, this is Cynthia Concordia from Dream to Rise. Bye.